Okay. So break was good, I hope. So yes, let's begin. So how's the Josh? High? Not so high?
Hi, sir.
Yes,
Hi.
absolutely. Okay, so we are going to start off with a video, and the second half is about public speaking pillars. Okay, so let me share the sound first. We are going to watch this video of Ramona J. Smith, and we are going to observe the speaker's actions. Okay, so content, yes, that is also important, but before that, we are going to observe speaker's actions. Let's have a look.
Life will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failures. Yet if you stay in the ring and learn from those past fights, at the end of each round, you'll be still standing. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters, can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down? Who was your toughest opponent? Most often, our most challenging opponent is ourselves. Round one, college. I dropped out of college not one, not two, not three, but 4 times. I told myself, college isn't for me, and I would never go back. Round 2, marriage. I married my soulmate, the love.
Is it not audible to all of you? Audible, no?
It's clear and audible, ma'am.
Audible.
No,
Okay.
it stopped
Yeah,
it
For some, it
stopped.
is not
yeah,
audible.
it's buffering at times
For
because
me,
of
it isn't.
low connection.
No, it's audible, ma'am.
Okay, please check once.
It's
Here.
audible. Right now, the video is paused.
Yeah, now I
Yeah,
have
the
paused.
video is paused.
I have paused the video right now, but for some it is not audible. Please check your network connection once. For others, it is audible. Okay.
My life.
I'm going to play this video once again since some of you could not hear it.
Life will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failures. Yet if you stay in the ring and learn from those past fights, at the end of each round, you'll be still standing. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters, can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down? Who was your toughest opponent? Most often, our most challenging opponent is ourselves. Round 1, college. I dropped out of college not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times. I told myself, college isn't for me, and I would never go back. Round 2, marriage. I married my soulmate, the love of my life.
Yes. Now, let us write down in the chat section what stood out from the speaker's actions to you. Very good. Wonderful. Arshita. Voice modulation, body language, hand gestures, pauses. Very good. expressions. So I get body language, I get voice modulation, then I get confidence also. Very good, Subia. Yes, fluency, wonderful, Firdaus. So I get 4 here: body language, confidence, voice modulation, fluency, and 1 more is left. The stage, okay. Way to express can be considered under the 5th pillar, that is the thought structure. Very good. So we have 5 different pillars that you talk about: body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure, and fluency. These are the 5 pillars of public speaking that we are going to discuss about. Wonderful. So let's see what are the objectives for this session. We are going to identify and analyze the skills and mindsets needed to become a public speaker. We are also going to describe the 5 different pillars of public speaking, which I just mentioned. And we are also going to master the skill of voice, facial expressions, and body language through this session. Now, so sorry. Let's go back to the video. What stood out to you? Majorly 5 things that you said, you mentioned in your chats. First is body language. Second is confidence. Third is voice modulation. Fourth is thought structure. And finally, the fluency. Now, why are we talking about these 5 pillars? It's important for you to remember these 5 pillars of public speaking, because these are the pillars of public speaking which you are going to base your classes on. You're going to give your feedback to the parent on the basis of these 5 pillars of public speaking. And you are also, as a public speaking trainer, you are also going to follow these 5 pillars, right? Now, let's understand, why do we need these pillars of public speaking? Let's have a look. The 7-38-55 rule of communication. Do you have any idea what this 7%, 38%, and 55% denote? Any guesses? Yes, okay. So let me see, 55% is the content. Okay. 7% is the content, 38% is the 7% is verbal communication, 38% is the non-verbal communication through tone of voice, 55% through body language. And very good, wonderful. Sana, that is correct. So yes, this is 7% is your words, 38% is your voice or tone or the way you speak, and 55% is how you express, that is your body language. Now let's see what exactly is this rule of communication. Now this rule of communication, which is known as 7-38-55 rule of communication, was proposed by a psychology professor, Albert Mehrabian, and this is also known as the Mehrabian principle. So 7% is the word, 38% is the voice, and 55% is the body language. What does this mean? When you are speaking, when you are conveying a message through a speech or through any kind of communication, verbal communication, 7% of that message is conveyed through words. 38% of the message is conveyed through voice, and 55% is conveyed through the body language. So this means that body language and the voice modulation, this constitutes a major part of communication. Say, for example, if I say, I am stuck in traffic for the past 5 hours. I want to say this. Now, if I say it in a very normal tone and without any change in tonality, without any change in pitch, I would say, I have been stuck in traffic for past 5 hours. No change in pitch, no change in tonality. The message is not correctly conveyed. Even if the words are conveyed, the intention, the feeling, or the emotion behind that sentence is not conveyed. Rather, if I say it like this, hey, I've been stuck in traffic for the past 5 hours. So I'm changing my hand gestures, my expressions. There is a frown on my face, a tension, agitation. And the tonality clearly tells you that I am irritated, I'm frustrated, getting stuck in the traffic, right? Okay, so that is the importance of body language and voice modulation. So this is why we say that it's important how you speak rather than what exactly you speak. So how you speak occupies a more significant part of the communication as compared to what you speak. Great, wonderful. Sandesh, yes, why not? Please go ahead. Please unmute yourself.
It's horrible. For the last 5 hours, I have been stuck in this traffic.
Absolutely. Okay. So what do you want to convey?
It's really horrible. For the last 5 hours, I have stuck in this traffic. It's so frustrating.
So frustrating. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah, so that is what I've been meant to say, that without your body language, without that expression on your face, without using your hands, without using the modulation in your voice, without changing that, the pitch of your tone, you cannot express yourself correctly, right? So this is what we are going to focus upon as of now in this session. We are going to deep dive into these 5 pillars of public speaking. Let's watch another video to understand the contrast. Let's have a look.
The British imposed a lot of unpopular taxes on the American colonists and didn't let them elect representatives to the British government. In retaliation, the Americans started to boycott British goods. In 1773, Americans in Massachusetts dumped a shipload of British tea into Boston Harbor. This became known as the Boston Tea Party.
Yes. So we have already seen Ramona's video. After watching that video, can I call this as a non-example? Yes. Right. Why? Why should we call this a non-example? No one is paying attention. He is not looking at the audience, so he does not have an eye contact. He doesn't seem to be confident because he does not have an eye contact. He is not confident because he does not know the script. He is reading it out. There is no body language. He's not using his hand gestures, his body to express. He is also slouching, and he has no facial expressions. Voice modulation, he has no change in tone, no pitching, maybe no, no highs and lows in his voice. Thought structure, if I may say, is okay about the Boston Tea Party, but then there is no attention-grabbing sentence. So it doesn't flow in a proper manner. Then I may say about fluency. I think fluency is fine because he's reading it out from a paper. So yeah. So this can be called a non-example. Now that you have watched both example and non-example, we are going to do an activity. We are going to take out our notebooks and we are going to divide it into 2 halves. And we are going to write down all the examples and non-examples. At least 5 you can write in points, 5 points you can write for examples and non-examples of each of these pillars. Like first we will write about body language. Next we will write, so for body language, examples could be facial expression, obviously, your body language, how you exhibit your body. Slouching could be a non-example, and movement of hands could be an example. no movement of hands would be a non-example. So this is how we are going to write the examples and non-examples of body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure, and fluency. Okay, we can write 4 to 5 points that I think would be enough. Okay, so let's get started. Take your time. Take out your notebooks or notepads, draw a line, draw a difference between the examples and non-example, write down the examples and non-examples of these 5 different pillars individually. Okay, and I would require some volunteers. I'm freezing? No, I'm not freezing. I'm fine. Maybe network errors. Sonal, please check from your side. Okay, you all can raise your hands, those who would like to volunteer. Maybe I need 5 volunteers for each of these pillars. Harshita has raised her hand. Shantanu, yes, please go ahead. Okay, sorry, I need somebody who has his camera on. Nitin, you can be added. Okay, and Shashwati. So I have got 5 already. Thank you so much. And others, you all can write down in the chat section. I can maybe read it out for you. So Harshita, Shantanu, I had to request you to switch on your camera. Yeah. Okay, great. Now I can see you. So Harshita, you will be discussing the examples and non-examples of body language. Shantanu, you can discuss about the examples and non-examples of confidence. Sona, you can discuss about the examples and non-examples of voice modulation. And Nidin, you can discuss the examples and non-examples of thought structure. Shashwati, you can discuss the examples and non-examples of fluency. Okay. And others, you can write down in the chat section maybe, so I can have a look. Take your time, write 4 to 5 points, that would do. Yes. Okay. Let me know once you all are done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Shantanu is done. Okay. Harshita?
Yeah. So example of confidence is the exuberance, or what you call the energy,
Okay.
the intonation, the voice modulation, using of hands like I'm doing, right? So overall from the body language, it will come that the speaker is confident about the topic he or she is on, and the correct message is being conveyed to the learner, right? And learner is also communicating accordingly. Okay, showing interest.
Showing
Okay,
interest.
then next what, right? That inquisitiveness from the learner. Those are the examples.
Mhm.
Am I correct?
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Non-example, I think it's stammering, right? Looking up, down, fidgeting. Okay. And not paying attention because the learner is not getting that vibe that he or she can be, lured
Hmm.
to the topic that the teacher is teaching on. So he's not getting connected.
Okay.
So those are the non-example of confidence.
Okay, so say for example, your student is performing something, say a storytelling or a speech. He's giving a speech, say for example. How would you know that he is not confident enough? One, you said he would be stammering. So stammering usually,
Stammering.
yes, stammering comes as a part of fluency. Maybe he's not good with the language. But
I'm
confidence.
talking about the stammering which comes out of the stage fright, not about its his
Hmm.
nature, his or her nature,
The language.
characteristic.
Okay.
Somebody stammers, normally stammers,
Yeah,
right?
and mumbles.
I'm
Okay.
including them, mumbles, right? But you know, somebody is confident, but while it's the time of presentation, he or she stammers just because of the stage fright, right?
Hmm.
Confidence goes down, complete dips down. So I'm talking about that. Then you have this kind of fidgeting, eye contact, not with the audience, looking elsewhere, because searching for words, right? Mumbling, then doing anything other than actually getting his or her focus or attention towards the learners. So according to me, those are the kind of disconnect between the teacher and the learner. So wherever there is a disconnect, either your body language goes down or your confidence goes down, or you can feel that the learner is not getting connected, hence your confidence goes down. You're not getting any support, how to revive that confidence in both ways, into the learner as well as onto you, right? So these are a kind of
Examples and non-examples of
examples of
confidence.
see, correct.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so confidence is basically, yeah, see, actually, we cannot keep, I agree with Shantanu. It's very difficult to, draw a line between all these 5 different pillars because these all constitute your public speaking. However, if I take just confidence as a pillar of public speaking, I would see a student, say, for example, I'm in a class and I can see my student sitting in front of me and looking here and there and yes, ma'am, he's mumbling and he's not very clear with his words. So what happens? He does not have an eye contact. He is fearing to have an eye contact, maybe looking at me. So that eye contact is a big indicator of a confident person. If he is confident enough, he will look at me and he'll talk to me. So eye contact, maybe, as you said, yes, preparation of the content is also very important. Hand and eye coordination will not be there. In fact, some of the confident, like underconfident people, they don't even use their hands. So that also might be missing. So body language and confidence, talking separately is really difficult. But then majorly, if I talk about only confidence, apart from the body language, I would say eye contact would be missing. As you said, he will be mumbling or stammering most of the times because of the stage fright. And yeah, otherwise, if he is confident, his voice will have a good projection. You can clearly hear him and understand him. He will not mince with his words. And what else? Maybe standing straight and having a good grasp on the content that he is presenting. That could be an example and non-example of confidence. Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Shantanu. Very nicely explained. Harshita, I will move on to you for body language first. Yes.
Yes. So for body language, non-examples would be slouching, a tensed face, frowning eyebrows, getting stuck in between and using fillers like except like this, and keeping cameras off if it's online online. And for examples, it would be first and foremost a beautiful smile, whoever it is, to the opposite person. That is the first way of connecting. Then it would be hand gestures. If it's offline, then how the person is moving on the stage, occupying the entire stage or staying still at one place. Posture, of course, use of words and vocabulary. How much command do you have on the language? And of course, dressing appropriately. This is irrespective whether it is online or offline. You have to be dressed appropriately. You just cannot be with your shabby hair on top and dressed anyways and sitting in your night dress or anything like that. So dressing appropriately is very important.
Okay. So that's it. All points are done. Okay, great. So yes, body language is again about how you exhibit and how you express yourself. That's a big part of body language. Slouching, fidgeting, and doing something else with your body, which is not exhibiting your confidence and which is not expressing yourself as a person, that might be a non-example. A good body language means, for a camera, let's talk about Planet Spark since we are on the online setting. Let's talk about that. Having a good facial expression, important. Having a good hand gesture, that's important. Focusing on your listener, focusing on what they are saying and not getting distracted here and there. Phone call is coming and you are looking here and there. That might be a non-example. So yeah, let me share my screen first. Open arms and open body language is very important. Folding your hands or closing your hands and sitting, or maybe leaning on the chair, and especially with what the young students do, leaning on the chair, maybe sleeping sometimes, swaying a lot while speaking, swaying back and forth, or sometimes left and right. Swaying might be a very distracting, a characteristic or feature. Firm hand movements are very important. For examples, if I would talk, focusing on the listener, I already said. Facial expressions are very important. Now, many a times the trainees come up to me and say that facial expression, ma'am, usually it is used in storytelling or poetries, but I don't think so. Sometimes, that frown on your head, the pollution is a real problem. And it's important, it's imperative that, so when I talk about some serious problems, I do frown. I use my eyes to express it. Even in the speeches, we need expressions. And of course, hand gestures. Non-examples, of course, folded arms, leaning, swaying, showing your back to the audience. In an online setting, mostly not, showing off yourself in the camera, hiding yourself, sometimes putting your camera somewhere where you are not visible. Loose body movements can be a non-example. Getting distracted easily could be a non-example. Phone call is coming, mama is calling, oh mama, yes mama, papa, yes papa. So they get distracted easily, especially your learners. And a complete blank face, having no facial expressions. That is a part of body language. And that is what we are going to teach the learners. Confidence, as Shantanu also mentioned, a good eye contact is a big indicator of a confident person. Not hesitating or not getting, not feeling shy to explain or express yourself. No hesitation, no shyness. An audible voice, a good throw and projection in your voice will ensure that a person is confident. Non-examples, just the opposite: poor eye contact, hesitating, feeling shy, not ready to express yourself, not opening up, and an inaudible voice or mumbling. That could be the non-examples of confidence. Okay, thank you so much, Harshita. Very nicely explained, and Shantanu as well. We will move on to Sona for voice modulation. Yes.
Hi all.
Hi,
Um,
Sona.
so public speaking, one very important pillar of public speaking, as we were taught earlier, is voice modulation, because it helps us to engage the audience and also captivate their interest in whatever content we are delivering. Now, when we talk of voice modulation, there are a few very important things or elements of voice modulation, like tempo, tone, pitch, and volume. So basically, when you are into public speaking, these 4, 5 factors you will have to keep changing depending upon what you are delivering to your audience. For example, if in my I'm sorry, there's something ringing in my
No worries.
house.
Take your time.
If that's okay. For example, if you are doing a storytelling for children and the character is very angry in the story, so your pitch would increase, because when someone is angry, you have a high pitch. However, when you are doing a storytelling and you do not change the voice according to the emotions that are being told in the story, it will be a flat tone, and obviously the child will lose interest in it. This is just an example of how to change your voice, and a non-example of it being absolutely flat, with no flat and monotonous and boring. Similarly, if then comes your tempo or the pace with which you are speaking. If as a public speaker, I'm just rushing through the content, then obviously I'm not able to convey my ideas to the audience, and the essence of my public speaking or my content will get lost somewhere. So that's another example of how voice modulation would help in having an engaging conversation with the audiences. Uh, Pitch I already mentioned. Now, suppose uh, you're as a teacher, you notice that the person you are teaching is speaking in a very low tone, which also comes in the part of confidence building and the other aspect that we covered. But when someone is nervous, then that person will speak in a very low tone. They would not be loud enough to put their views across. So that also becomes a part of your voice modulation, that your pitch should be high enough, and volume should be high enough so that it reaches across to the audiences. Um, that's what I have to share with you guys. That is what I thought is voice modulation.
Wonderful. I think very nicely explained.
you.
Most of the points were covered. Yes, pitch and tonality are very important in public speaking. The pitch, the pauses, the pace, and emphasis on the words. Like you said, when you are angry, your pitch increases. I would maybe disagree. Pitch would reduce, it will go to a lower pitch, and the volume would increase. Like, for example, if I say, don't you dare look at your phone when I'm talking to you. So this is real anger, isn't it? Sorry for that. I'm really sorry for startling you. But yes, maybe depends on what exactly the reason of anger is. But yes, sometimes it is high pitch also. Sometimes it is low pitch also. When you're very excited, when you're very happy, hey, it's my birthday today. So you are going to a higher pitch. So yes, you have to use the different, the areas of your vocal, the range of your voice. So sometimes high, sometimes low, sometimes using a fast pace and slow pace. Pausing at the right places, relevant pauses. Relevant pauses are very important because it helps your audience to be prepared for what you're going to say the next, and also helps them to understand or absorb whatever you have said. So those pauses are important. Emphasis on certain words. Like if I tell my students, you have to complete this homework tomorrow and give it to me, they will not remember it. You have to say, you have to complete this work by tomorrow. I want this work by tomorrow. You have to complete it and you have to give it to me. Okay, tomorrow, if it is not stressed, they will not remember. So I'm just giving an example. Some of the words need to be stressed. Like, for example, if I say, Pat is going to Paris tomorrow. So here, my mountain peak word or the emphasized word is tomorrow. But when I want to correct this sentence, I want to say that, no, Pat is not going, Matt is going to Paris tomorrow. So I would say, Matt is going to Paris tomorrow. So my emphasis changed from tomorrow to Matt because of the change in intention. So emphasis, pitch, pauses, and tonality, of course. And most importantly, a non-example would be a sing-song style of speaking. So I think most of the points were covered by Sona. Let me share my screen. Voice modulation, some of the examples: pausing at the right place, having relevant pauses, stressing on important words, changing the pitch and the tone. Non-examples would be lack of pauses, no stress on important words, speaking in a monotonous tone, and a sing-song style of speaking, which we all have done. Good morning, teacher. We all have done this, isn't it? All are smiling. Yes. So sing-song style. See, especially in the children, it sounds very cute, but it should be discouraged from a very tender age. Like, for example, I have a student who introduces herself like this. Hello everyone, my name is Preeti and I'm going to speak before you on the topic pollution. So let's get started. This is a sing-song style of speaking. It looks very cute, but then we have to discourage it. Again, sing-song style of speaking is very different from the animation that you bring in your voice while talking to a kindergarten kid. Like, for example, when we talk to a small, the KG students or class 1 students, we talk to them, hey Raj, wow, I see you have got a new t-shirt. Great, it looks amazing on you. When did you get it? Who gave this to you? Oh, your dad. That's wonderful. So we bring that animation in our voice, a little more extra, pitching and a little more extra animation in the voice to make them, make our conversation more relatable to them. So yes, it sounds like Doraemon. Oh God, many of the people they are so. I should go for a voiceover. Yes. Can we try to the parent or student while they are going out of our wavelength? Can you say this either correct or wrong? I did not get it. Um, I did not get it, Shabir. Sorry. Can you please explain a little in the chat? Okay, so yes, very nicely explained, Sona. Pitching is very important, pauses are very important, and emphasis and the emotion, the expressions in the voice are very important. Thank you. We'll move on to Nitin. Yes, Nitin. Thought structure.
Hi everyone. Hi ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So I would like to talk about this thought structure. So the first and the foremost important thing is that you should be able to sense the crowd, because as we know that sometimes the crowd will be a large number and sometimes it can be limited as well. So your first thing is that you need to sense the crowd you're really dealing with. So for that thing, the examples will be the thing that you're going to present should be short and concise. Then only you will be able to catch up most of your audience. So then you should be up to the point. So the basic non-example will be a presentation or a speaking that you're doing, while it will be like you are going out of the topic or you are having a lengthy one, because we know that human brains are designed in a way that after 40 minutes your brain won't be able to retain the information that you have heard, because our retention capacity will be diminishing after 40 minutes. So the essence of we doing a speaking in a platform is that the success of a speaker is that when our audience is remembering us the things we have mentioned them even after the session ends. It's not like they in the session they are agreeing to us, but after that they are just hearing it from one ear and throwing out from another ear. So the success is they should be able to retain. So for retaining that, the crowd should be analyzed, presentation should be short and concise, and also the next thing is that we need to give the thing in a way that we need to give a proper, in fact, examples. Examples are always needed, so we need to structure our presentation in a way that we need to add detailing and we need to add data and information that are relevant and that are uh, true in nature, because we need to have a proper study on the data before we are going to present it in front of a large crowd, because that will help us to establish a credit, because that will establish our credibility towards the learners, because credibility is really important. For someone, if they want to listen to us, they should have that thing that we are giving the right information to them. That is a foremost thing that I consider the most important. And the next thing is that giving I mean, we can give an emotional connect to the audience, because
course.
while we are we can say that when one of the striking thing that struck me in this meeting is that when ma'am was talking about talking about your teaching career, how you started in 2017, the schooling thing, that or schooling off pace and all that actually connected me as a trainee, as a person listening. So that give me an emotional connect to the ma'am who is training us. So when I'm speaking or when we are speaking in a big platform, we need to give real life experience that we have experience, but it shouldn't be irrelevant. It should be up to the point that we are speaking with. we shouldn't go out of the topic. We should be inside that. So that personal experience will give a emotional connect to the speaker. That is another thing. And the non-exams will be opposite, the lengthy one, and we are going off board and all. And yeah, also the arrangement, the way we are like arranging the basically it's an umbrella term for all the things. All the things right now I have mentioned. If you're connecting all the things, we'll be able to have a good session with the people we are talking with. And the success is, I already mentioned, the success is not they listening to us. The real success is they are able to practice it, what we mentioned to them. So that is the point I came up with. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity. Thanks a lot. Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. Okay. As Nitin has also emphasized on the part of pathos, thank you, Nitin, for actually emphasizing on the point of pathos, because emotional connect is very important. I agree to that. And you have also mentioned the usage of evidences, like when you are so what is speech? Any speech or anything that you speak in front of audience. Let me take an example of a persuasive speech. When you are giving your opinions, it's important to add an example or an evidence to it. Otherwise, the credibility of your opinion doesn't come out. Very good. Adding evidences, very important. Adding pathos, emotional connect, very good. Number 3 is having a logical flow. First having a attention grabbing sentence, then maybe moving on to hook statement, thesis statement, then moving on to arguments, evidences, or maybe advantages, disadvantages, merit, demerits, and then moving on to a good conclusion where it contains all the summary of everything. And at the end, if you want, you can have a plea. Okay, wonderful. So I think very well explained, Nitin. So some of the examples of thought structure could be focusing on the subject also. I think you mentioned, yes, not veering off from the topic, not deviating from the topic. I started explaining about mangoes. I went to pineapple and then I went to bananas. That shouldn't happen. So yes, ability to explain your thoughts, like if it is raining outside, I feel like, okay, how beautiful it is, how mesmerizing. So using the right words to explain your thoughts, that is very important, because this is actually a challenge with the students. They feel a lot of things. They have lots of, emotions going inside, but they cannot express it into words. That is actually a challenge. A logical flow in the ideas I already mentioned, and ability to explain the logic behind your answers or your opinions or your claims. So attaching a warrant with your claims. Okay. Non-examples, just the opposite. I think somebody was asking me. Yes, Shabir, I'm coming to that. Somebody asked me to explain, yes, give a right example of a kid introducing herself or himself without sing-song. Good morning, everyone. My name is Preeti, and I am going to speak before you on the topic pollution. I'm going to express my views on the topic pollution. Whatever you want to say, you say in plain, simple voice with full confidence and assertion. Okay, so if you give the example, you say it in a good way, the student will also copy it in your way. Now, the young student, KG students, obviously, they are not talking about pollution and all. They are going to tell stories. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise and a hare in a jungle. So there is, again, it's not sing-song. It can be animation, but it is not sing-song. Okay. Sing-song is very different. You will be able to identify that sing-song style. Okay. And one more question, Shabir, I'm coming to you. I'll finish off with the fluency and then I'll talk. Yes, I'll move on. Thank you, Nadine. Very nicely explained. Thank you for picking up those points. And we'll move on to Shashwati for fluency. Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shashwati, and just got a topic about fluency. In my opinion, fluency doesn't come overnight. It can never come overnight. You always have to read a lot, and there should be a substantial matter in your mind previously. You should be well prepared when you're going to a class or you're going for public speaking, right? You should have something in your mind what the matter is, what I'm going to explain today in the class, or whatever I'm going to make the children learn about. So first example of mine will be substantial subject matter. The first thing. The second will be fluent reading. If I'm reading out aloud in the class, the voice should be louder, and it will be fluent. You should be able to see the words properly. It can be a PPT or it can be a book or whatever, so that the children can listen to you properly in a proper way. It's not that you are fumbling. If you are fumbling, that will be a non-example. And also, if you're using a lot of like this kind of
Filler words.
notations, yes. So those will be non-examples that won't be count in your fluency section. Then there is something called authentic reading. I would say that authentic reading means you have already read it previously and you are thorough knowledge about the topic, so that even if you are discussing the topic and making the children explain about it, you have your words intact, that what I'm going to say after this. So the knowledge should be there. I know this, the hare and tortoise, this story, so that I can explain it in my words also. Like I said, it doesn't come overnight. There are many students who are not from ICISI background or CBSE background. They are from the local, the state boards. So I have come across many children. Like I have around 500 kids in one batch. I'm a teacher, and most of them are from state boards. So when they come to CBSE or ICISI, they have a lot of, time to grow themselves, and it can be done if you listen to let's say BBC or any English news channel, or if you read English newspaper. That's a very good thing when your fluency comes through. Non-examples might be if you're not able to fill in the silence, if there is silence in the class and you're not able to fill in that gap. That is a non-communication thing between you and your kids. So that will be a non-example. And if you're speaking too fast, and the children are not able to understand, that won't be count as you are fluent enough. That is a or if you are monotonous. So that will be a non-example. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, wonderfully explained, Saraswati. Yes. So one thing which is very important is pace, the speed of talking. Speed of talking should not be too much, too high or too low. It should be in an ideal pace. Ideal pace doesn't mean it has to be same all throughout. Sometimes we say we speak in a fast pace, and sometimes again we slow down in order to emphasize. Like for example, if I am giving my introduction, hello everyone, my name is Preeti and I am a public speaking trainer at Planet Spark. So I am in some parts I'm speaking in a faster or quick tempo, you can say, and some parts is a little stretch in order to emphasize those parts. So an ideal pace is very much important, which is correct. Another thing is usage of lots of filler words like like, all those things are filler words. So filler words can be a non-example. Another thing about fluency is pronunciation. Very important. Now pronunciation, so first thing which I would like to tell about pronunciation is English is not our native language. We have taken it from other country, or it's a foreign language for us. It might be possible that we might make mistakes with the pronunciation. Like for example, there are still people who make mistakes with the pronunciation of opportunity. They speak it out as opportunity, probably as probably, pronunciation as pronunciation. So who knew that a tortoise is not tortoise, but it was a tortoise? I came to know about this very, very late in my life. So recently I came across a word which was conscientiousness, and I had a hard time to pronounce it for the first time. But then I made sure that I go to the Google, I check the pronunciation, I listen to it 2 or 3 times, and so that it gets inside my head. So it is important as a public speaking trainer, we keep upskilling and upgrading ourselves, even if we are making mistakes. There is nobody to call you out for your mistakes. It's absolutely fine. But as a public speaking trainer, it's my responsibility not to convey something which is wrong to the students. So it's important to correct your pronunciations initially, and whenever you are not very sure, please go and check your pronunciations if we are not pronouncing any word correctly. Another thing which is important in fluency is the grammar, the ability to form sentences. Sometimes people say, I likes baking cakes. I will give you some examples on the third day. I likes baking cakes. I belong to Assam's. Okay. So grammatical errors like subject and verb agreement, placement of adjectives. There are many other issues with the English speaking and especially the grammar. So that also might affect your fluency. Very good. Thank you, Sashwati, for explaining those examples and non-examples. Examples would be good pronunciation. I already have enlightened you on the pronunciation part. So don't take pronunciation as, oh, he's pronouncing it wrong. Oh, that is pronouncing it wrong. That's not the correct pronunciation. It's absolutely fine. There are mistakes in the pronunciation and we absolutely understand it. But it's important as public speaking trainers, we should go ahead, check it out once and maybe if possible, upskill yourselves. Now, if it is, so some of the pronunciation are still doable, like opportunity becomes opportunity. Of course, for me, it is not doable, but it goes on. I understand. But there are some pronunciations which are absolutely not acceptable, like education, speaking education as education. Okay, so that will maybe a big issue. So that should be corrected if that is an issue. So good pronunciation, ideal pace of talking, ability to form and speak longer sentences without hesitation. That would be the examples. And non-examples, just the opposite: poor pronunciation, slow pace of speech, inability to form longer and grammatically correct sentences, and in between using filler words. Okay, so with that, we come to an end to our today's objectives. And yes, thank you, Shashwati, for yes, highlighting those points. I would go to Shabir. Yes, your question. Shabir, yes. 1 second. Please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, can you audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, Sona said that wait a second, something's ringing for her like that,
Okay.
Yeah,
So
whether
that is okay. I
No, no, no.
understand. Yeah.
Okay, whether for example, I will say frankly, while Sona is sorry for ma'am, while Sona is taking her section, actually I had distracted, but suddenly she said that wait a second, something is ringing. Suddenly I came to the class.
Okay.
Can we try that for kids? If example, if they go out like that, I'm asking ma'am.
Yeah, they can take permission. They can go to washroom. They
No,
can
no,
have
no,
some
no,
water.
no, no. I think
Yes.
you didn't understand me. What
Like
I'm trying to
speaking.
Yeah, ma'am,
Okay.
Sona had came to take a session, right?
Okay. She
That
was
time,
not taking a session. She was
okay,
expressing her
whatever,
opinions. Yes. Yes.
whatever. While that time I had for frankly I'm distracted from for phone I distracted, but suddenly she said that something is ringing for her. Suddenly it came I throw my phone and came to the session because
Okay.
she's saying something for us like that I came to session.
Oh no, she was distracted because there was something ringing at her place. So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
got distracted and then she came back and she said,
Yeah,
never mind, I would
yeah,
continue.
understand.
Yeah.
Whether we can use that ideology. Actually, she's not used to that, but we can use that ideology for us for in future. I'm asking, ma'am.
Is that an ideology? I mean, it was a
Because
genuine.
I had experience now. That's why
Okay.
I'm asking you.
Okay, Abhi wants to say something on your point. Maybe I'm not getting your point. Abhi has got your point. Yes, Abhi, please explain what he wants to say.
Hello, ma'am. Hello,
Yes.
everyone. I think Shabir wants to convey that suppose we are taking a session with children and
Okay.
children are getting distracted. So,
Okay.
can we use this ideology to bring the students back into the session, into the communication, into the the process that we are teaching them, the topic that we are teaching them? If they are getting distracted, they are small kids. If suppose they are
Okay.
getting distracted,
Yeah.
it is the kind of ideology. Oh, someone has come. Let me
Okay.
see.
This is a
So
trick.
yeah, it is a
It's a
kind
trick.
of trick.
Okay.
Shabir,
That's what
if
I'm
I-
asking. Yeah, correct. Thank you.
Okay, I got it. Now I got it. Shabir, what she is saying is what you wanted to say?
Yes, ma'am. Correct,
Okay.
ma'am.
I would say no. It is a kind of a trick, it's a kind of manipulation, which I don't think pedagogy allows us to do. Child pedagogy is to understand the state of the child. Now, child is always distracted. A child is most of the times you will find, especially the child ranging from the age of 7 to 12, he will always be somewhere or the other. Like
Sure.
he will have 100 of things going inside his mind. We also have, but then we know how to balance it, how to suppress the other issues in our mind and, focus on the training and all. So what we can do in such kind of state is when the child seems to be distracted to you, you can stop your explanation right there. And you can just ask him, hey, Abir, do I have you? Okay, maybe we can play something or we can have a game. Okay, so you can go do a quick icebreaker round or a Simon Says, or, maybe go around and check what you have and bring something that you like, maybe a toy or an object that you like, and tell me, how did you get it? Who gave that to you? And why do you like it the most? So yeah, kind of some activity you can include so that the child also, it also becomes a part of public speaking. It also becomes, bringing back the attention of the listener, and also the student doesn't feel startled. Okay, what happened? Okay, so like, going with some kind of subtlety.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So
But-
that is I don't know whether Sona used it as a technique or not, but
No,
yeah.
sorry. Actually, I just thought, ma'am.
No, it
but-
was actually by chance that the other phone rang. I was not aware that it's there in my room. And
That's
I was
what I said.
apologizing, and I was quite scared that, why this had to happen while I'm talking.
It's
That scare
absolutely
only I
fine.
It's
had
quite
came to
against the
inside you.
ethics. So,
Okay,
Okay,
no,
thank
it's
you.
absolutely fine. There's nothing to get scared. I know we all are at our home setup, and it is sometimes difficult to, manage three things at a time. So it's fine. And yes, but please don't do that technique. Don't follow that technique. Yes, yes, Sana, please go ahead.
Hello everyone. Coming to Shabir's thing, I've been associated with Byju's Future School from past 6 years now. And with my personal experience that I wanted to share, that every time if I get any notifications or any call or anything, even my children when they pops up, the thing usually online children does is whenever the teacher is getting involved into their personal activities like call or something, they immediately turn into their personal things. They turn their cam off, they turn their microphone off, and they're like, ma'am, I'm coming back in a minute. So I don't really think that this would work for actual kids these days. This might have got your attention as an adult because you wanted to learn something from Sona, but this would definitely not work for kids. This is my personal experience.
Even I think so. I think you will have to bring the child back.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring the child back into the content, you can probably ask for a little revision of what they did or what they've been listening from past few minutes.
Yes, and when you ask for that revision, even if the child doesn't answer, it's okay. You can do some hand holding. Do not get furious at the child. Just tell him, okay, no worries. I'm going to repeat this for you. Try to remember what I said. Okay, give him some hints or examples, and so that he can remember what you said. Okay. Thank you, Sana, for explaining that. Yes, even I have a kid. He is 7 years old almost, and trust me, if I use some other technique, I don't know whether it will work or not. I've never used, but yeah, I have seen that most of the kids of this age, what works is maybe if you feel at any point of time they are getting bored. See, teaching materials, not every time they will be interesting. Some of them, some parts is interesting, some part might be boring. When you are explaining a persuasive speech, and when you are explaining them question of value, question of policy, question of trust, or question of fact, it will be overwhelming at a point of time. So we need to understand that. I think Shantanu or Nitin, he explained about the 40 minutes rule, isn't it? Like you can take regular intervals, and in between you can just have a kind of fresh air where you can have a little laugh, little humor, right? And you can bring back the attention. That is how we do. Okay. So while saying, giving a speech also, what we do, we add some personal experience, personal stories in between. So to add a little bit of, feelings. where, you know, audience are very interested in storytellings. They are, what happened to him? This happened to him. So they will be like immediately interested. So bringing back the attention is the best way. Yes, absolutely. So how you do it, it's totally up to you. And that brings us to the end of the session. We have completed today's session. Few important things which I've already told you. Your teacher's handbook and your demo class content is right there on your dashboard. It contains all the demo class resources. You are going to take senior demos, junior demos, and adult demos. There are 3 types of demos only. So all these content are right there. You will find all the presentations. For tomorrow on the agenda, we have senior demo observation. It will be great if you can go through the senior demo PPT. Yeah, you can have a look at it and you will know what contents are we going to discuss in a senior demo class. And there are some how-to videos also must watch. Now you can go back to your dashboard and there is a quiz. Please give it only for the session 1. Session 2 is not required because session 2 quiz is same as session number 1. Okay. And your Q&As. Quiz completed. Wonderful. Yes, Nilu, please go ahead. Those who want to ask questions can also write down in the chat section.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi.
Preeti. Hi, everyone. So I have 2 questions based on the content what you delivered today as part of day 1. So the first question is, when you were going through the demo, I wanted to ask, should we as teachers decide which subtopics to pick from the main topic for the students given under a particular curriculum? For example, if public speaking is the one, would I get to see the subtopics beforehand itself for me to decide which are the topics which I should be taking for a particular student in a given hour's time? Or is it already prefixed content? Let's say I accept a demo and it is for KG student, or let's say for an 8th standard student. Would I know what are the topics to be delivered already as part of the main topic to that particular student?
In the demo session, for the demo session, you have 4 set PPTs for a junior segment, for a senior segment, and for the adult segment. You have set PPTs for that. And those PPTs are followed. In case if you want to improvise on that, yes, you can. The PPTs are divided into 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And we have lots of activities. And there is a structured approach towards learning a new content area. So, and there is absolute focus on public speaking skills in all the activities that you have. So once you open the presentations that I have given you in the demo class content, you will get to know what are the topics that you are going to discuss in a senior demo or a junior demo or an adult demo.
Okay, so that would remain fixed, irrespective of the learning skills or the learning capabilities of a particular student or a particular adult.
So learning capabilities and learning requirements of a child or an adult, that would be, so this is a demonstration. Like if you want to buy a car, you would go and try out a model. You wouldn't try each and every, say, for example, if I want to buy a lipstick, I'm sorry for the example, but then this is a best example. I would test one of them. I wouldn't test each and every lipstick of that same shade, right? So I would buy on the basis of what I have tried. Right. So the demonstration class is basically the demonstration of your teaching skills, what Planet Spark does, and what are the concepts that we are going to have in the regular classes. In the regular classes, we are going to cater to the requirements of the child. In the demo session, we are going to assess the child and we are going to understand what is exactly his requirements are. Whether he needs a focus on body language, or whether I have to focus on the thought structure, whether I have to help him with the YouTubing, or whether I have to help him with something else. That's what that comes further after you take the demo. Yes.
Okay, got it. And during the second question is, during the interview, I chose, I think, adults and seniors or something as my preferred group. Now, let's say I did the demo and accept. How do I know whether I fit in for the adults group or the senior group? Because it may all differ based on the backgrounds we come in from. So for example, I'm a soft skills trainer and a personal branding mentor. So based on that, I will of course be interested to teach adults. But let's say if I'm interested in taking, 8th standard or 10th standard as well, based on, let's say, English or advanced English, would I get to see the curriculum in advance for me to decide if I want to choose the adult group or, let's say, the
Yes.
primary groups? I would get to see them.
You will be trained on week 2, the second day, that is Tuesday. You will be
Okay.
trained on the public speaking curriculum. You will get
Okay.
an idea what the public speaking curriculum consists of for
Okay.
everyone. But
Okay.
again, the level of, the level of understanding or the level of the content would be different, of course, for each growing stage.
Correct.
Right? Yes.
All right. So depending on that, I can choose.
Yes.
All right.
So I am not able to understand what exactly do you want to choose. Do you want to choose the demos that you want to take?
Yes, the demos.
The
As well
demos.
yeah.
Okay, so the demos that you would want to take is totally up to you. You will have all the types of demos on your dashboard. You can
Okay.
choose any type of demos that you would like to take. After that, you can have a look at the curriculum also, whether you are comfortable with the curriculum as well or not.
Okay. Got it. Thanks a lot, Preeti.
Yes. Okay.
Preeti, I have a question.
Yes.
Since I'm coming from the ethnic background myself, and I feel so much similarity even here, I have a question with respective to, are we being concised with what kind of demos are we going to give to different types of ages? Like, if are we being restricted to just, if I choose adults, will I be only restricted to take adults and not children, or is it vice versa?
Everything will be there. You choose. Today I feel like taking adults, I will take 2 adults. I also feel like taking senior, I'll take 2 senior also. Tomorrow I will feel like taking junior, you can take junior as well.
Okay. The second question is, so we are having a demo class content that is going to be like fit over here for all the demos, right? Is it going to change with a period of time, or is it going to be constant?
It might. And that is why you have a live document, so that in case if the team feels like bringing a change in the PPT or maybe adding more PPTs, there might be changes. So always follow the live document. There is no point in downloading it. Okay.
Okay. And you also mentioned about a preparation point of view, we have to be prepared with 3 to 8 slides. Can you throw a little light on that?
So tomorrow you will come to know what are the slides, what content is there on the slides. So accordingly, you will come to know that, okay, I have to open this slide, the senior demo slide, and I have to teach from slide number 3 to slide number 8. So when you get the training, you will come to know that what exactly you have to teach in that. Right?
Thank you.
Yes, Shweta.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am,
afternoon.
my query was with this whole process of us giving a demo. Once we are selected, us giving the demo, and the parent is attending our demo classes. So suppose, for example, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, please go ahead.
So for instance, if you take Ayan's example itself, the student Ayan, he's asking for a demo for class 8, and I selected. So what would be the scenario, ma'am? He might be getting the same request or same selection from other teachers as well, right? From Planet Spark. So I'm not the only one who's contacting the student as the Planet Spark teacher.
Okay.
So
Yes,
the teacher,
it might be a
the parent
possibility.
might be getting 3 demos from different teachers.
Yes, he can take 3 demos, 3 demos from the teachers. Say, for example, I'm the first teacher. I will be the first one to take the demo. Okay. I accepted the demo. I took the demo. Maybe the parent does not like. Then maybe he tells the counselor that I want another teacher. I want to see another teacher. He goes to Shweta. Okay. So to you. Then he takes a demo from you. He likes it. He goes into enrollment with you. That's how it happens. So the parent has 3 turns to take 3 demos. Yes.
Okay. Understood, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yet you will be paid for the first demo. If you are taking the first demo, you will be paid for it. Yes. Subia.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Ma'am, when we were doing our documentations, there was a rate card which said for the first 3 sessions, it is 225. And then
Hello?
goes up to 250 after our 5 classes, 5 demos.
Okay,
Hello?
maybe you can send a screenshot of that in my Group chat? I don't think that's what brochure said. Please send that screenshot to
No,
me.
there was. Okay, okay,
Yes, okay. So maybe I can get it checked once.
okay.
Okay. Near me, yes.
I just have a question. Like, I've taken a slot, which is like there was different type of slots that you give, right? So I've taken an early slot, say like from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. or something. Now I take a demo, and the person likes my demo and want to enroll with me, but it's not coming in my time slot.
So you can clearly tell them that I have a problem with this timing. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to take it. Say, for example, the parent is expecting me to take a demo at 9 p.m. Okay. But that doesn't happen, no? So you are choosing the demos on the basis of time. So if you are accepting the demo at 6 p.m., that means the demo is supposed to be conducted at 6 p.m. But in case the parent wants the demo to be rescheduled at 9 p.m. and you're not working at 9 p.m., you can clearly tell them that, sir, after 9 p.m., it's not my working hours. I only work till 9 p.m. You can clearly tell them, maybe you can
No,
choose
what I
any
mean
other
to
time.
say, if I convert the demo into a class and they ask for a different time slot, which is not in my.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can say that. That's what I'm saying. So you can clearly tell them that this is out of my working hours and I would request you to take these slots. You can mention your slots to him and he can choose amongst those slots. And in case if he is not comfortable, then maybe you have to let it go. Right. But usually that doesn't happen. Usually the parents do adjust. If they really like the demo, they would adjust the timings. They do. They also understand that, say, for example, for me, it was like I have a small kid at home. I cannot work after 9:30. I have to take it. I have to finish off my work hours by 9:30. So I told my parents that this is my problem. I cannot work after that. So I would just request you to take any slots amongst these. I gave them a list. And out of those lists, they chose one of the slots. And that's it. So you have to be extremely, extremely open to your parents. Yeah, Shabir, you are raising a hand, I believe.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
if the parent is ready to join after our demo session,
Mhm.
is there any reward points or incentive to us for us?
So your enrollment is your incentive. No, as such, separately, you don't have any incentive.
No, okay, not incentive. I'm asking reward points or something. For example,
Points,
Uh,
yes, yes.
for example, the parent is saying because after the Shabir's session, I'm ready to join like that.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
asking.
So you will have a teacher performance index. Your
Okay.
OJT will explain you, but for the initial 14 days, it's not going to affect. Okay. So for the first 14 days, even if you cancel, it's not going to go negative. It can go up, but it will not go down. For the first 14 days, it is a cushioning that we provide when you have joined initially for the first 14 days.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, some more questions on the chat section. Quiz link, Mufida, it is on the dashboard. Those who cannot find the quizzes, please make sure that you check it on your dashboard, please. Here is your quiz. Okay. Okay, let me check the chats once again.
Ma'am, session 2 quiz is not
Session 2
opening.
quiz you don't have to do now. Session
Okay,
2
okay.
quiz will be up by 1:30, after 1:30. So
Okay,
session
thank
2 quiz is same as session 1 only. So session 1 quiz done means done.
Okay.
Okay.
Most of the chat box is the same message they're asking. Session 2 is not open.
Okay,
So,
okay. That's what I was going through.
okay.
Yeah. So
Ma'am, I
please.
have attached the screenshot. Please check it.
Yes, I'll share.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Tanya, that depends on you. Whenever you are available, please do it. In case if you surpass one of the deadlines, then it might affect, but try not to. Yeah, you can do it on Thursday itself. Yeah, that's correct. Quiz is showing upcoming. Please go to session 1. Okay, please clear what question. Nazia, what was your question? Please write down once again. Subia, yes, I'm checking it right now. This is 2023, Subia. You did you apply for as a PS teacher in 2023?
No, ma'am. Like few days back I've applied. No, ma'am.
It is 1st December 2023. Please check.
Okay.
Yes. It's a very old document. Yes, those who do not have any question and have given their quizzes can leave. Tomorrow the session will start at 10 once again. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Ma'am, session 1 assignment is not opening.
Can you share your screen, please? Assignments can be done at home. Assignments are not mandatory. They are not going to affect your onboarding, but it will be good if you open it and do it because it is Willow platform again. So you'll have an idea how to use the Willow platform. Okay.
Ma'am, can I do the quiz after some time? Maybe after 15-20 minutes?
Yeah, sure. Yes, you can do it after that.
Thank you.
Deadline for assignment, no deadline. Queries on a daily basis as of now, Milu, I'm there, don't worry. And for the operation related documents related queries, if you have, I'll provide you with an email link. Wait, I'll give it to you. Yes, for any document related queries, you can mail on this. 1 second. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Those who are checking the quiz from the session number 2, please check in session number 1. Okay, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Rest of the helps, I hope I'll be able to do for you. And you won't need any contact as of now in the initial
afternoon,
days
ma'am.
of your training. Yes, Nazia.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I want to confirm about if our mocks will be conducted after our training sessions. Will it be according to our training sessions or it will be according to the assessment only?
As in, I did not get it.
Ma'am, actually, we are going through with the training sessions for few days. After that, we have to go through with a mock.
Yes.
So my question to you, ma'am, is that it will be according to your training sessions or it will be going through with the assessments only?
Going through with the assessment means what? Yes, it will be based on the training, but what is going through the assessment? I did not understand.
The question sessions will be according to our training purpose. As we are going through with the training sessions, we are learning about the new. We are taking the training of these sessions, no? That how we have to go with the podium, how we have to develop the fluencies and all. These questions will be related according to that. It will be something different from it.
As of now, your training has not even started. From tomorrow, you are going to see how the demos are being taken. You are going to understand how we are going to build relationship with the student, how we are going to deliver the content. What is the content exactly about? So you are going to be asked on those particular things. So I would request all of you to please keep yourselves on mute. Okay, so yes, it is based on the training sessions, and yes, it is an assessment on the. Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much for your
Okay.
answer.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. I would. Doing assignment compulsory? No, it's not compulsory, but it would be good if you do your assignments. You will have a check on the Willow platform. How does it look like? How you're going to go about in the mock sessions also. So it's good if you do your assignments. If it doesn't open or there is any technical error, don't worry, leave that day. Next day you do it. Okay, so assignments, I'm not giving you a lot of, work on that. It's okay. If you can open it and do it, it's just for your practice. It's just a kind of homework. It's not for evaluation purposes. Okay. How will we get to know that child is enrolled? You will get to know through a notification in your mail, in your Planet Spark dashboard, everywhere. Okay, then enjoy with your Raksha Bandhan. Most probably the Muhurt is after 1:30. So go ahead with the festivities. And thank you. Enjoy the first day. Don't worry. Don't pressurize yourself. Just one request, go through the demo class content and that's it. That's the most important document that you have. You are going to follow it religiously for your demo sessions, for your mocks, everything. Okay? Great. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you. What's the starting age to enroll as a teacher? Don't ask me these things. You ask these things to the HR, please. These are difficult questions. 18 maybe, I think 18 or 20, I'm not sure. 20, I think. It's not sure. I don't know. Okay, I'll close the session. Thank you. Bye-bye.